Hello, I'm Parisa Arsanjani. Welcome to my channel. In this session, we're going to be learning a new pose called Astavakrasana, or in English, we call it 8-angle pose, which is an arm balancing pose. And if you're new here, please watch the videos that are categorized in the playlist on my channel, and I'll be very thankful if you subscribe. And also, if you want, you will make me very happy if you follow me on Telegram channel, Instagram, and TikTok as well. So the pose we're learning in this session, as I mentioned, is an arm balancing pose, which means we need to have a lot of strength in the arms and also in the wrist. And besides that, we need to be able to focus to balance the body in this pose. And also in this one, we need a little bit of leg stretching as well. And besides that, we need also a little bit of hip opening. So we need to have like flexible hips. And as I mentioned before, if you couldn't practice with the main pose, you can always go with the easy options. And also, like I said, these arm balancing poses are mostly have the same base, which is chaturanga. So we can practice with those previous poses if we couldn't do the more difficult ones, so that the body will get ready for the more advanced poses. And also the easy option, we use the blocks as usual, so that we can get to the pose slowly but surely. So now let's start, and I will do it in the front side to show you what the pose looks like. I start with my right leg. So what I need to do is I have to lock my leg here on top of my shoulder. That's why I said you need like hip opening in this pose. So we lock the leg up here on the shoulder, and we keep the knee bent so that the leg won't slide down. We need to keep the leg strong here. And after that, we put the hands down like this, and the gap between the hands is almost like the shoulders, maybe a little bit wider in this one. And then after we lock the leg here, now it's the left leg's turn. So we put the left foot right here on top of right leg, and we lock it here. And after that, we need to shift the body weight slightly forward and press the hands to lift the hips up. After lifting the hips up, we need to stretch the leg, and after stretching the legs, tightening the legs and leaning the body forward like this, exactly like chaturanga, and then slowly coming back. And same thing on the left leg. So left leg here on top of on top of the shoulder, and right foot here locked on the left leg, hands down, shifting the body weight forward, pressing the hands hips up, straightening the leg, and bending the elbows, leaning the body forward, and after a few counts, coming back. So in this one, we need to tighten the legs, because if the legs are loose, then we won't be able to hold them on the shoulder. So that's one thing. And I will show you on the other side as well to see why I say this is an balancing pose, because when we lean the body forward from this side, from the lower part, the lower body is trying to go down because it's heavier. And on the other side, the upper body is also trying to go forward. So we need to balance these two in order to hold the pose. So now right leg again on the shoulder, left foot on top, hands down, hip up, straightening the leg and leaning forward. So sometimes when we don't have enough balance, the body will swing like this. And we can always perfecting the pose only by practicing. So if your body is swinging, don't worry about that. You can always practice to making your pose better. Same thing on the left side, and bending forward and then slowly coming back. So this was the main pose. Now, how to do it with easy options. We can use the blocks under the hands, but the reason why we use the blocks here is because sometimes the arms don't have enough strength to lift the hips up high to lean the body forward. So we use the blocks because this is higher and it helps. So right leg again on the shoulder. We will do exactly the same steps. The only difference is that hands are on the blocks. Leaning the body forward, hips up, straightening the leg and bending forward. And then coming back. Then same thing on the left side, on top and hips up and straightening the leg, bending forward and coming back. So this was the first easy option. The second easy option, like I mentioned before in the past sessions, this one is not very practical because the body doesn't try that much. But for the start, for like your first time trying, is okay. You can go with the second easy option. So I will show you what it looks like. Putting the blocks here and sitting on the block. So actually we are trying to adjust the lower body on the block so we don't have to bear too much weight on the arms. But actually the second easy option might be harder for some people because you need to have a lot of control, you need to have a lot of focus to balance your hip on the block properly. So keep that in mind. Put the right leg on top. Same thing, hands down, left foot on top of right and lifting the hips up and slowly leaning forward and then coming back. And same thing on the left side, left leg on top of shoulder, right foot locked and slightly leaning forward and then coming back. So like you saw, it's not that easy actually, but you can still try because it depends on every person. But my recommendation is option number 1, where you put your hands on the block. It's safer, it's better, and it's more practical. And if you couldn't go with the first easy option, you can also practice with the previous poses with their easy option because they are a little bit easier than this one, and then get to the main pose, get to this one whenever you feel like your body is ready. Alright, so that's it for today's video, and as usual I will end this practice with a very beautiful quote by Jeff Foster that says, "Don't mistake the weather of your mind for the sky of your being." Thank you so much for your time and for being with me today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment below. And also thanks a lot for your kind comments, for liking and sharing my videos, and for subscribing to my channel. Weekly, I upload videos about the topics that are categorized in the playlist. I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye!